Guess who's not coming home for dinner? The Menendez brothers denied parole.
Yes, they were.
Both of them.
Ooh.
That was smooth.
Ooh, kid. Dun, 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 dun.
Some pro shit right there.
Niggas say they want to murk Joey. How he ride around with a gun? Sounds a little Bow Wow. It's my son.
Something is really wrong with
That
it.
was fire.
Thank you for that.
Powder of the month of August, y'all. Give him a shot.
Amani looked like he gonna win it, but the BC, the bladder cancer, like
Then he might have
if you
it
don't
all.
win it when you have bladder cancer,
Right. Right. That's the last straw.
That tweet you put out the other day was fun.
Yo, I had to text him on the side.
Mark is crazy, son.
Mark is absolutely crazy.
Holy shit.
No, because on the JBTV they were like, "Oh, we're thinking about Powder of the month, and we got to give Imani some extra consideration because he is cancer free now." And I was like, "I've been cancer free." Like we are.
Mark is crazy. I read that shit. I said,
what the fuck? How you get extra points for that?
what?
Mark
Mark is
is
crazy.
crazy.
wrong with you, yo? It's crazy.
No, it's not crazy. There is a word for it. I figured it out. I'm telling you, I got
Hilarious. Tell me the
Mean.
word.
Mark says mean shit under a veil of. He said
Intellect.
shit that nobody would ever think to say because that's just mean.
Are you fucking kidding me, Joe Budden?
You are mean.
I say shit that no one would think. I say shit that's exactly what you're thinking. That's why you fucking laugh.
But I don't say it because I'm not mean.
But
You're mean. And these are my friends. You talk to these niggas like just strangers at a bar or some shit. Who the fuck? Oh, yeah, I'll get back to you.
The Menendez brothers, though.
The Menendez brothers.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's it might be a good argument for why docs don't fucking matter. You know what I mean?
I
Like
disagree.
these docs sometimes can have you believe in some shit that it doesn't matter.
I think the doc worked.
Yeah, the doc got
think-
them paroled.
I think the doc lended
Not
a
paroled.
whole
Not paroled.
different
Not paroled, pardon me.
level of empathy
Yeah.
for them.
Okay.
Because we were up here contemplating on
For sure.
should they be released, and y'all was kind of swaying like,
I was.
I think they should.
But the thing that we have to remember is that
Parole board. Sorry.
the thing
Hey,
that we
man,
have to
no.
remember. Did you watch the docs?
No,
Any
that's,
of
I
it?
don't have a position on it.
Okay.
I'm
You watch Jussie and not.
Yeah, this is a way better doc. Anyway,
okay, I'll watch it.
they probably have more information than we do, and that they probably like docs can be skewed and often are in one way or another, like the Jussie doc.
Yeah.
There's probably some information that was left out that was important.
My thing was, even if it was exactly how the docs laid it out for them, no,
Tell me why.
They still brutally murdered someone with a
because they
So you just don't believe in parole for murdering people?
Mel and Parks'
shotgun. I was
stance, and I could be misquoting you, so correct me, was, yo, these dudes have endured mad shit traumatically, and so this led them down this path.
Okay.
And my thing is, these niggas are rich, they grew up in Beverly Hills, they have endured some trauma, but so has every fucking killer in the ghetto. Every killer in the ghetto didn't just wake up and say, I want to go kill motherfuckers. We went through, or not we, pardon me. The killers in the ghetto went through a series of traumas that kind of bred them to be this type of way. And if we're going to lend empathy to that, the Menendez brothers that lived in Beverly Hills and had all the opportunities awarded to them or afforded to them, then we're going to have the same level of empathy for motherfuckers
I don't think
in the hood.
you use it. You use that a lot. I don't think that money.
It's not about money, it's
I don't
about
think that
opportunity.
I don't think that opportunity change if you're going through sexual abuse and if you're going through something traumatic in your home. Money doesn't change that.
I agree with that.
The environment doesn't change that.
Take the money out.
Yeah.
They still lived in better environments and better neighborhoods than a lot of these kids outside.
But that still doesn't change
It
what you
does.
went through.
If you are in your house being assaulted and abused, and then the second you step out your 24-story project building to walk downstairs, and there's more abuse and more trauma and all of those things surrounding you on a day-to-day
Well, you got molested
basis.
in a mansion, so you do life. You got molested in
I'm
a
not
park.
saying that
It's
at
like
all.
when a
But
girl
no, but I'm
said,
saying that's
"Would
how-
you rather
that's how-
cry in a Rolls Royce?"
I was kind of getting on your side until I think the difference is that they lashed out against the people that were causing the trauma as opposed to going out and just committing reckless crimes in the neighborhood.
That's what
No,
makes me
but,
more.
But those crimes a lot of times aren't reckless just because you don't know the backstory to those crimes because they didn't have a doc afforded to them. That don't mean that those crimes were reckless. Everybody in the ghetto just not walking up to random people blowing their brains
I
out.
didn't say
Well,
everybody.
so let me ask you a question because I'm agreeing with what you're saying. I think, but that sounds like an argument for getting the Menendez brothers mercy and other people too, not for giving nobody mercy.
No,
Is that right?
because but if there other people, if that's the case, then we got to be consistent across the board, which we know society at large is not going to do.
But then
Society at large is not gonna say, yo, you went through some trauma, you went through some trauma, you went through some trauma, you went through some trauma. We gonna give y'all parole. It says the Menendez brothers had enough money and influence to even get a documentary to express their case.
Here's my issue with that: is that society, if society should be giving people mercy in addition to the Menendez brothers, and they're not, I don't think we should punish the Menendez brothers because society has fucked up the poor people. You see what I'm saying?
Got you.
Our advocacy should be to get the poor people out, not to put the rich people in on this case. Because I agree with you to some extent, and my brother, when he got sentenced, I went to the sentencing, I guess last July, because he had been in jail for 3 years before he even got sentenced, before he even got his case, which is crazy.
Which is bullshit.
Crazy.
And we went to the sentencing, and I was hoping to get him time served. He was convicted ultimately of shooting somebody, right? And so there were about 3 sentences before him. We were there. Me and my wife were sitting there, and the first guy shot somebody in the middle of the street, broad daylight in North Philly. No doubt about what happened. Dude had 2 previous drug convictions. He shouldn't have had a gun legally, etc. Dude basically got 6 months, and you know why? Because he had trauma, he was in foster care, he'd been molested. They named all this shit. When they got to my brother, the judge, read him his rights. It was basically like, you have no excuse for this. You had 2 parents in your life.
You Mark Lamont Hill, brother.
She didn't say that.
but you being in it might not have.
It helped. I actually shaved some time off his joint, to tell you the truth. Literally, that's what the lawyer told me. Because I was trying to name all his traumas. I was naming shit like, and this, you know what I mean, trying to get that shit down, because lawyers should have did that shit before. But my point is, the court system is designed to say, if you're fucked up, we give you more mercy than if you're not. And if we don't think you have a good reason for doing what you did, you're going to sit more time. And he got more time than the guy who did a more brutal crime. And my brother had a much better excuse for his situation than what this guy did. But because of his background, they didn't give it to him. And I'm not sure that that's fair either.
Look, we going on,
Yeah,
and this is not what the show is about. But there are other instances where people will say, yo, you come from a good family, so I'm going to give you a lenient time because I see you got a courtroom full of people in here that love and care about you. If nobody came in here, my little cousin just got, but my little cousin was in the feds, and my whole family flooded the courtroom, and he said, yo, I could tell you come from a situation where people care about you. You lucky, you need to thank your family that they came here today, or I would have sent your ass up. So it plays out both ways. What I'm saying is, in the Menendez brothers situation, my nigga, no, because they got a doc that lended some empathy to these white boys that committed a heinous act, fuck that. No, we're not doing that unless we're going to spread that same sympathy across the board, in my opinion.
Is there any crime that y'all think you should never even be considered for parole?
Yeah.
What's that?
Fucking with kids.
Okay. Same?
I agree.
What would you say? Anything?
Now, question: do you mean you should serve life and never parole, or you could do 20 years? Because I would think I would put some sexual assault cases in the same thing, but not necessarily a life situation. But
just no parole, no early.
Yeah,
like you get what you get.
If you did some violent sexual crime shit and you got 20 years, you got to do 20.
You got to do all 20.
Yeah, if you fuck with some kids,
that's it.
Put your ass on a planet somewhere to never see daylight again.
And see, again, that's interesting because,
Dog, they don't even have enough real estate to do what y'all saying.
well, that's the other part. But I also know a lot of kids who are molested end up becoming molesters. Do we have any mercy? You know what I mean? Again, like, where's the mercy becomes tough, right? I mean, like, and I never know exactly where to draw the line.
I think there's some crimes where no parole see fit. I don't know that I can think of them off the top of my head.
It's definitely a case by case basis, I think.
Like, do y'all think the woman that murdered Selena should be put away for life or not be paroled?
I think she should get out. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think she should get out. And I think to Ish's point, if she weren't Selena, we wouldn't be having this conversation. She'd be out. You know what I'm saying? Like if you kill a famous person and a beloved famous person, the courts are harder on you. They just are, because they don't want the backlash because everybody's watching.
True.
Whereas if you kill Joe Blow, nobody knows when the person comes home.
No Joe Budden.